Good evening, everybody. How are you doing tonight? It's your boy DC, and this is Out of the Fog. 20 plus years, but who's counting? Hanging out with all the coolios on the couch, all the great things that you want to know about that are happening across our amazing province and beyond. And so you might know this cat to my left. He's the one and only Ian Foster, the troubadour, the balladeer, I call you. But you're so much more now. In movies and everything going on, you're like an octo threat. So we're going to hang out with Ian now in just a few minutes, but I want to throw it to you to introduce this visual spectacular that we're about to see. Set it up for the viewers, will you, my man?
Thanks, Tada. Yeah. So this is a live video that we recorded of a song called Gossamer from the new record that's coming out May 31st. So I did this with my good friend and collaborator, Nick Cultus-Clark. He goes by NCC. He's got a great record out himself. And we actually recorded this live at Suncor Hall for his CD release last year.
Amazing. What was it like to perform that live in such an amazing space?
It was really interesting because this project is a combination of acoustic instruments and hybrid electronic stuff. So this particular setup is, like viewers who just watch that will notice that there's some sounds you're hearing that might look like it's not coming from us, but it is. We're actually, Nick is using a special kit that's triggering samples that are both drums but also some non-drum stuff, and I'm also doing you know, a mix of live piano but also some synth stuff. So that's a taste of what people can see at the release, which we're doing at Bannerman Brewery June 8th. Product placement currently. So tickets are on sale for that now at Fred's and through my website as well. And it's presented through Hurricane Music, are putting off the promo for this, which is really exciting. They're great guys as well, as I'm sure you know. So yeah, it's a very different project for me. It's all instrumental, sort of more in the classical crossover genre than like singer-songwriter.
Which is wild, you know, because like what a luxury as an artist to, over the evolution of your career, to get to delve into the different genres and instrumentations and disciplines, and the evolutions of music making in general as well is crazy. When I think of you, of course, when you meet someone, you get trapped in the way you know them, right? Very acoustic singer-songwriter energy on the wire type stuff, or in the wires, yeah. And so I'm gonna ask you, like, when it comes to everything you're doing now, and this album you mentioned before we got on, there's not even much guitar happening on this pending release.
That's right.
So like, you know, how does that make you feel? Are you feeling like you're in a whole new territory, or are you more at home than you've ever been?
Yeah, I mean, my favorite artists always evolve, you know, and I'm excited by their releases because I'm not sure what to expect, and like that's the greatest wish I think I could give to any musician, right? Is the idea that if you could generate a fan base that goes in with open minds and open ears, then that's the way to be, you know. And so for me, it has been a steady progression, and it's come from working on film scores.
I want to delve into that exactly, because I mean, so much of what you've been at lately is in the film arena, which is part of the evolution that we're talking about here today.
100%.
And I guess the question I have for you initially is like, what gifts does working in a visual medium and a storytelling script-based medium give for the music that you create?
Yeah, I mean, we could talk about that forever, but like, I guess the simplest thing to say would be, I mean, you're working with people in a whole other medium, and you're working with directors directly, and obviously producers as well. So your job in those cases is to bring to life their vision and hopefully elevate it through the music. And you know, when I'm putting on a record like this, it's a bit more of a blank canvas. You know, I can do whatever. So for me, it really is. It's kind of both sides of the brain, or like it's 100% of the whatever metaphor we want to create for this. But it's like I love that blank canvas, but it's also really rewarding and educational to work with someone where there is a more specific border to that canvas, and you have to work within it. And it's the challenge of that, and the excitement of that, and the exploration of that. You know, if someone wants a film score that incorporates elements that you've never worked in before, I mean, you could certainly be daunted, and I have been, but it's also super rewarding, and you learn something new, and then you bring that back to your own stuff. So
right.
Collaboration is where it's at.
Of course, rising tide lifting all boats and all that. So I'm going to ask you, let's talk about this album, because, you know, one of the pieces we just saw from the upcoming album, the title got me shook. How we approach the creating of albums as chapters in our lives is never to be forgotten when I'm talking to a musician who's about to put out the latest, you know, journey. So I'm going to ask you, you know, how long have you been working on Nerve?
It was a pandemic project, and I hate even saying that because we've always heard so much about pandemic projects. But you know, there's no lyrics on this one, so you don't have to listen to another line about being shut up inside like pandemic projects usually are. But no, it was during that time, and I did go through actually a period of chronic pain where I was experiencing like nerve pain, and that's where the title comes from, obviously. And for me, returning to the piano, which is actually my first instrument, like it was literally physically easier to do that than play guitar at the time due to what I was going through. And it also kind of probably shook my brain up in a good way. You know, again, like yourself as a musician, you slip into some of the same old patterns. When you do something really drastic like switch over primary instruments, it forces you to think about music in a new way. So that was a real comfort. So I wouldn't describe this as like a painful album in the way that like it's not fully reflective of that, you know, the physical journey there, but it's sort of a mix of it all. Like there's real solace, I think, on this record and that sort of thing too. So
that's amazing. And so listen, it's funny you say that, because Nerve, to me, if I'm hearing an artist talk about Nerve, my mind goes to all the usual suspects, which is very much what it takes to stay at it, to be successful in it, to continue to forge a path ahead within that. And so what are your hopes for Nerve when it comes out? When you look into that crystal ball and a couple of years have gone by and you look back on Nerve, what do you hope?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the beauty of music in general, but I think particularly instrumental music, you know, that could totally be the definition too. Do you know what I mean? It is what you make it, and I love that about music. You know, I often think about the artists that I love and I've studied their albums, and even as a fan, I'm like, I don't know if I'd want to ask them what they really think of the albums, because I've formed my own view, and who cares what they think? And I feel that way about myself and my own music too. I'm like, who cares what I think? You listen to it and see what you get out of it, you know? Yeah. So like, as long as people are doing that, that will be like one of the goals. And again, the film score world is just so, I enjoy that work so much. And I think that people who enjoy film music, you know, this is not strictly film music. Like, it obviously has patterns of composition like you would expect on an album of instrumental music. But I think if you enjoy modern film score, this might be for you, you know? So I would say that as you know, hopefully it finds that audience and I maybe get to do more of that work.
Well, it sounds like something I want to listen to when I'm in front of my laptop, click-clacking for hours on end. I want to have you in my ears.
Streamable on May 31st.
Hello. I love it. You answered my question. So where can folks get at you now and forever online?
Yeah, absolutely. So the album will be available everywhere May 31st, which is your usual candidates. You know, people can actually pre-save on Apple Music right now. They can pre-save on all the services. They pre-save on Apple. They get Gossamer, which is the track we just heard.
Awesome.
And then June 8th is the release. So we've got it's at Bannerman Brewery. Tickets available at Fred's Records if you want the physical ticket, or it's through my website, ianfoster.ca/nerve, and we've got Jing Shah as the opener, as well as special guests, the Ballast Collective, which is another group I'm in with Nick, who will be playing with me,
Very cool.
And Andrea Duff, and Nancy Hines, of course, who we might know.
We might know her.
Yeah, exactly. She'll be there.
Well, thank you so much, my friend, for coming on the show. Always a pleasure to entertain the viewers with what you've got cooked up, and I can't wait to give that album a full listen myself.
Thanks, buddy.
And so, guys, cheers. This is Out of the Fog. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back, everybody. It is Out of the Fog, and I just can't stop the laughing that goes on when I'm hanging out with these two queens. Rebecca, Sheilagh, what's going on?
How's it going? What's going on with you? We're here to talk about Brunch with the Bags.
Well, I know that, but if only I could find a few bags around.
Oh, well, you'll find lots of them at the Delta on May 26th.
Well, tell me everything.
Well, I'll tell you that it is it's our 20th year, but our 16th actual physical Brunch with the Bags.
Right.
And it is an afternoon of food, fun, incredible, exciting mayhem with games going on, and a chance to bid on and win incredible, fabulous handbags.
My gosh, amazing.
Yeah, and all of this is for the women's health care in the province of Newfoundland and Labrador.
So, Rebecca, I mean, the work that you guys do is so important. Why don't you tell the viewers more about life working for the Healthcare Foundation and how much support it takes to do the work that needs to be done?
So, Donnie, it's all about the community, the supporters, our sponsors. Fortis is presenting Brunch with the Bags again. They keep coming back every year. They're a huge support to the foundation. You know, every person who enters the room, you're giving back to healthcare. Every person who goes online on the auction, who's not going to the event, you're giving back to healthcare. People who donate things, you're giving back to healthcare. So it's a community. It's, you know, we have these relationships with people, and we're just lucky. We're grateful for them.
Well, I'll tell you what, your team is so on point that at events that I attend, you guys are doing the most to make sure everyone has an amazing time and understands the goals of what the organization is meant to do. So I'm going to ask you, where did this all begin with this event?
Well, this began actually with an idea with the Healthcare Foundation about 20 years ago. And it was a wonderful lady named Jackie Lake who had heard of this kind of an event, and she thought we could bring that to St. John's, we could do something with that, and specifically aim it towards raising funds for women's health care. So that was then. We had a couple of hiccups, you know, with that nasty, whatever that thing was called that was going on. Yeah, you know, we all fell asleep for a couple of years.
And now here we are.
That one. And so now this is our 16th physical year, and all the proceeds from the Brunch with the Bags goes directly to support healthcare in the province. And over the years, we have given significant funds to buy equipment, to invest in new technology for women's healthcare, all right here at home. It's an exciting event, and the number of volunteers too, Rebecca, hey? That come on board to help with this is just tremendous. Cool. And like you said, Fortis, our sponsor, and mention the diamond sponsor.
The one and only Diamond Design, Pat Thompson. Don't you just love him? He's so good, but he is also very giving. True. And once again, he is coming to Brunch with the Bags. On display, he will have a necklace worth almost $8,000 that you can win. You can't buy it, you can't bid on it, you can win it. Along with, there will be a Louis Vuitton bag there that you cannot buy, but you can win.
And these all have to do with these wonderful, crazy games that we play. So you buy tickets, and you have a chance to. You could win the diamond necklace. You could win the Louis Vuitton. There's all kinds of stuff. We've got a great door prize this year.
Yeah, we have a yoga retreat from Cliff's Edge.
Oh, wow.
There's going to be, but it's so much more. So Cliff's Edge is stunning. I've stayed there. But they're also offering this retreat package where you do yoga, you hike. There will be chefs going out there to cook all the meals for you. It's an amazing prize.
A lot of really upmarket, really classy items up there for bid at the event, but also her Nibs here has put them all up online for auction.
Oh, well, that's really important for folks to get access to see what's what. So when can we go to that site and peruse those items?
So the site is live. You can go to Hand Bid, which you go to the site and search Brunch with the Bags, or our social media, Healthcare Foundation, Facebook. We always put the link out there daily now where you can click, browse the items. I've added 12 more items today. Oh, wow. Every day there's more. There will be over 100 purses. We've got Gucci. We've got Kate Spade, Michael Kors.
Where does it all come from, girls?
It comes from money our sponsors gives us. It comes from people who are generous enough to go buy them. I was in Thailand, and I brought back 3 unique designs from the house of Jim Thompson, made with Thai silk. So we're always on the hunt, aren't we? We're like out there looking for these things, and we have wonderful sponsors. Hallmark is another sponsor.
Hallmark is always an amazing sponsor.
So with Fortis and Diamond Design, we're
Bel Air Direct is a big sponsor as well. Yeah. They are always on board with the foundation. Deloitte. We are very blessed at the Healthcare Foundation to have not only sponsors but committed sponsors who they are with us every event, every step of the way. Wow.
This is going to be a hoot and holler, man.
I'll tell you what, you don't wake up 2 weeks before to make it happen either. Talk about the work and the timeline. Like, this event finishes. How long before you say, okay, girls, let's get together now and start planning the next one?
Immediately for the committee, and on your side too, because there's the going out and getting the sponsors from your side. And then there's all the work the committee does to plan the games, pick the luncheon. Dana Parsons! Dana Parsons is going to be there. And she's going to be hosting, and the incredible Evan Smith. So we can't leave them out. They're fabulous.
And going back to the committee, we have an incredible committee. Sheilagh's on the committee. She's a huge part of the committee. It's chaired by Jocelyn Perry, who is just a fabulous lady. She gives back more than you have time to talk about today. And it's just a good group of really energetic ladies who come together, put their time in just to get back to healthcare.
Listen, I'm going to ask you something.
It's women giving back to help women.
And you said it.
And when you go through, and the women are of all ages, and when you go through a healthcare problem as a woman, and I have experienced it myself, and to know that you're not on your own there. There's a bunch of women and people and sponsors, and your own community is there to help you. It's a big, big thing.
Well, I was going to ask you because, everybody has a story. And things are fine until they're not. And we have all the energy and ego in the world. But the second that, things are going on, we are reaching to our healthcare system to save us, and quick and fast, and God knows what hour.
Absolutely. And it's all about that, as you know, Rebecca. And it's also about all those people that Rebecca spoke about that come together and make this happen. The greatest thing for me, and then I bet it's the same thing for you, at the end of the day, when lunch is all over and people are gone crazy and there's nothing but tissue paper everywhere, we can stand up on that podium and say, ladies, gentlemen, pals, friends, we have to tell you, we just raised X number of dollars, and that is going to go and help whatever piece of equipment or technology that's going to enhance the lives of women as they go through the healthcare system.
That's so amazing. And Rebecca, I have to ask you a couple more questions before we finish up here, girls. You know, the number of requirements and needs for our healthcare system in the province is immense and growing every day. So what does it mean to have folks like Sheilagh and the organizing committee step up and give the hours to help make an event like this happen? And what does it mean to healthcare in the province?
I mean, at the end of the day, we couldn't do it without the volunteers, without the faces and voices of people who other people listen to. You know, people listen to Sheilagh, people listen to this one and that one. Jocelyn Perry, they're influencers in the community. A good friend of mine, Carla Warren, stepped in this year. She's been bringing in all kinds of reach. You know, you can't do it without these people. And I guess the biggest thing is that they realize the importance. We need the best equipment because we want to attract the best doctors to the province. And we also want to make sure that we have the top of the line equipment so that when yourself, your loved one, your friend are being treated or taken care of in our local hospitals, that you know that they have the best.
I love that. So well said, and thank you so much. I'm going to ask you now in our final moment.
Yep, sure.
How can folks in all the social media and internet channels that be, how can they pop on, check things out, get involved? Just remind us one more time.
So go to healthcarefoundation.ca. You can. There's still some seats left.
Okay.
They're dwindling down. We do not overcrowd the room.
Nice.
It's a beautiful event. Healthcarefoundation.ca to purchase seats, to donate. Visit our Facebook page. You'll see the link for the auction. Hop on there. You don't have to go to the event to bid on these incredible items. There will be over 100 items, bags, everything, wines. It's beautiful. So yeah, healthcarefoundation.ca.
Thank you so much.
Thank
and
you.
Sheilagh, when it comes to you and social media, where can we get at you? Like, where can we get at
Where
you?
can you follow me?
Yes.
You can follow me on Tuesdays at the Value Village or Piper's on Seniors Day. That's about it.
Well, I'm going to be in aisle 5, gawking and lurking, trying to see what you're at, what's going in that bag. That's what I'm going to be doing. Girls, thank you so much for coming on.
Oh,
Such
Donnie.
a pleasure always to see you both and the amazing work that you're both doing. It means a lot to us and everyone across the province. So will you come back and talk about the next big thing that you're cooking up?
Absolutely, and thank you to Rogers, because it's people like you guys here, the community channeled people, the people on Out of the Fog that actually show the interest and give us the airtime so that we can reach everybody out there.
I love it. Let's keep doing it.
Partnership, babe.
You said it, babe. This is Out of the Fog. We'll be right back after this break.
Your opinion matters, and we want to hear from you. Get in touch with us using our viewer feedback line, your direct connection to shaping the shows you love. It's easy. Just grab your phone, scan the QR code on your screen, and take our quick survey. Share your thoughts, and let's make your viewing experience even better.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out with us here tonight on Out of the Fog. Thank you so much to Ian Foster. Cannot wait to hear Nerve when it comes out in full. Check him out online to find out when you can get at that CD release party. It's going to be awesome. And thank you so much to Sheilagh and for Rebecca from the Healthcare Foundation. Brunch with the Bags. You're not going to want to miss it. Check online for your tickets and the online auction. So many items that help support women's health in our province. This is Out of the Fog, Rogers Communication. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
We want to hear from you. Provide feedback on this show or find out how you can get involved. Call, email us, or scan the QR code to take our quick survey.
It's been a long time coming.
You don't win it to keep it, you win it to be a part of its history.
Always knew.
Always hard to see the difference between winning and losing.
The quest for the hardest trophy